Okay, a wonderful afternoon to all our listeners in tune to the Abundant Life radio station. We are also broadcasting live on the Barbuda channel. We are also live on our Facebook and YouTube channel. If you have never connected with us on our online media platform, it's Barbuda channel. Just type in that on YouTube, and it's right there with all events that we have done here in Barbuda. We're also on the Barbuda channel Facebook page. At this time, we're going to be having a very special interview. If you have been in Barbuda 2017, this year marked 8 years since the passage of Hurricane Irma. And 8, which means the number of new beginning, is also, after 8 years, we must really give God thanks for preserving us over the last 8 years. When you look back 8 years, I'm telling you it wasn't easy. But rest assured that we are here as Barbudan. And also to look at 8 years ago, you got up under 6 and you look around Barbuda and you look at Barbuda now. You look at your own life now. So it's all going to be about Color We Culture, an event they will be having here in Barbuda. And we have to join us, tell us all about that event. I don't know if he was around that time. You were born as yet? All right. So it's none other than our good friend, our brother Lorenzo. Good afternoon. It's always a pleasure to have you in studio. Great. Okay, let me test the mic again.
Testing.
Right. Okay, it's good to have you. Right. Let's put it a little bit closer, and so the folks can really hear you and connect with you at this time. So, Lorenzo, it's all about Color We Culture and what you have been doing. Just tell us a bit about, for those who don't know, about what is Color We Culture.
So, Color We Culture is a group of individuals in Barbuda who share the same passion. We're bringing back the heritage and culture of Barbuda that we feel is being lost to new day traditions. We're a group who we sing, we act, we script write, we do poems. No dancers yet. I'm hoping that we can recruit some dancers, but it's just basically a group that sees or has this passion to want to reignite the cultural aspect of Barbuda and bring it back into light. And like, I can be honest and say that sometimes we have our mature members, and they're singing folk songs. I'm just sitting down there like,
you're lost.
I'm lost, but it's a learning experience for me.
Right.
And I know for persons who are my age and maybe a bit older, it's a learning experience for them as well. Like, I can say that for one of the programs that we're working on for October, we were sitting down talking and they were singing a song, and quite a few of us look lost, and they're like, yeah, you guys would know about this, you're too young, So Color We Culture is just the new how should I say it, the new move to cultural preservation and restoration, and we're just hoping to do big things and continue to make our small impacts, and hopefully our small impacts will have bigger results in the future.
Okay, wow. So how long have this group been around?
The group has only been, it's not even a year yet.
Okay.
We were newly formed. December last year would have been when we finally came together, and we had our first production in March or April, and throughout this year we've just been brainstorming of different things that we can actually do. The Irma Thanksgiving service is our second, and then we have another in October for our independence celebrations.
Okay, great. And can you share with us this group? What's the objective, and is it open to? Is it open to residents of Barbuda, different ages? To tell us a bit about that.
So the group is open to all age groups. So we would say from about 6 to 16 must be accompanied by a parental permission. But the group, there's no age gap that really stops us. As long as you're able to read, as long as you're able to act, as long as you're able to sing, as long as you share the same cultural passion that we have, then we're welcome to everyone. In terms of any limitations. We try not to set limitations on ourselves, because culture is something that we realize it engulfs many aspects, and it's something that can be transcended into different age groups doing different things and different persons. Even nothing stops it from it being, for instance, you may not be a Barbudan specifically, but you have the drive, the same passion. We welcome you, because then now it's not just our culture that we're learning different cultures across. And if it's one thing I can see, Caribbean culture and heritage seems to have this one thing that binds us together. Even it may be different in different aspects, there's just one thing that brings us back together, loops it back together.
Wow, okay. So, and in your opinion, just before we get into this new event, just as we gather our numbers, in your opinion, what would you say the first event that you had, how was it in your opinion?
I mean, to be honest, I was blown away. I was actually blown away. I did not expect to see that many people show up that night. We had a full house, to the point now where sitting down and thinking about our next production, we need to find a space that allows us to accompany more people. But it really blew me out the park. And then when we sat down and watched over our performances, I had to turn off my director brain and be an audience and actually looking. And I was just really in shock and awe at how well the cast members, our team, was able to execute, especially with how things just played out throughout the day and so forth. Like, we took the little that we had and made it something totally phenomenal.
Awesome. Okay, so we have this event coming up. It's the 8th anniversary of the passage of Hurricane Irma, that it will ever be remembered in our mind, and it's something here in Barbados none of us, I'm telling you, expected. And it would always be one of our worst experience
Definitely one
that
of
we
those
would have
experiences.
ever had. So tell us a bit about your plans and what are your plans for this coming up on next Friday?
All right, so Coloriculture, we sat down and we thought about it. Like, we've noticed that throughout the years, there hasn't really been any commemorative service for Irma, or even a memorial service for Irma. And we felt that this was the year that it needed to be done. I think the previous one was 2018, if I remember.
Yeah, 2018.
Right, which is about 7 years ago as well. And we just felt like it was high time, and especially seeing that, like, what's been taking place with our community. The one thing that I can say for sure is that after Irma, I have never seen Barbados as united as they were before. And that's one of the things that we want to encourage for next week Friday. The togetherness, the unity, the oneness all together, how everyone came together, we made the decisions together, we looked out for each other. Not to say that we don't do it on a daily basis, but the level of which it was, we experienced it during the time of Hurricane Irma, or after the aftermath, or post Irma. We would love to see that again next week Friday at this service. So when we thought about it, this was how we felt that we could bring the community back together again, just for one night.
Wow. So tell us a bit about, for that night, tell us what you envision, what is your plans, what can folks look forward to as they come out on Friday the 5th? 5th,
yes. Right. So what we want to encourage persons is to come open-minded, because you're going to experience song, you're going to experience harmony, you're going to experience persons expressing themselves through poems, pouring out their hearts. We want to especially put aside time for prayer. We feel like prayer is so important in our lives, and we want to put aside time for prayer. We want to put aside time for motivational messages, and we want to have a segment where persons, if they feel the need to, or they want to share their testimony of what they experienced on that night, or what they experience afterwards, or they want to give thanks and praise or for the Lord's grace and His mercies. We're giving that moment or that time for persons to be able to do that. At the same time, we have refreshments left after the service. There's nothing, I will always say, there's nothing like a service like a soup night after. Mm-hmm. So I ain't saying to come with your belly empty, but don't feel like we're going to keep you there and not still, give you something warm and fuzzy in your belly to remind you of the goodness of the God, and also of just, again, culture, heritage is something that we grew up with. Just want to reiterate the fact that it's a night for us to really just open ourselves and be honest with ourselves and be thankful for what we've encountered and where we've been and where we are now. So just come on out and enjoy those songs, enjoy the poems, enjoy the testimonies, be a part of prayer, and just have an open mind to the message that will be preached that night as well too.
Awesome. So and it's all good. So tell us again the place. I know you're gonna have a location because
The place
as you
to
said,
be is Penn Barbara Pentecostal Church, 7:30 sharp. We want to get ball rolling early so we can have everyone enjoy the evening. You don't want to keep people too long,
Right. So let's say I know the invitation went out. Let's say somebody just want to say, I just want to, can I just come and do a special, and I know you want to have, order and structure. How can someone be a part of this service? Just want to be a part of this, because it's all of our story. Right. It's not my story. It's not your story. It's as Barbudans, it's our story.
Right.
How can someone be a part?
They can reach out to myself or Ricky Michael, or any other person that that's a part of the Colorway Culture Group. I'll name a few so that if you see them, you can also contact them. You have Oma, there's Therese, there's Leonie's Taylor, there's Sandra Mussington, Paula Henry. If I'm missing anybody, Osita. Yeah, so if you see any of those people or you want to talk to me directly, feel free to contact me, and we will put you in the program lineup, and we welcome everyone to actually do that, to be a part of it. The more the merrier.
That's right, and so it's all happening, as you said, is on Friday, the
5th, first Friday in September.
Right. And so we want folks to come out and be a part. So what we're literally saying to you in Barbuda, one thing we have to learn is to be thankful.
Very much.
And when you look back at
there's a lot to be thankful
8 years ago,
yeah.
Listen to me, and you came out, maybe some of us, you look at your house, you're like, where do I start?
Tell me about it. What was funny for me?
Go ahead.
It was standing. Okay, so where I was where Harty has the upstairs of the pharmacy.
Yeah.
That's where I was staying when Hurricane Irma passed. Looking out the window, I was able to see directly on Highland Hill. Without any anything stopping you from seeing it.
Yeah.
Literally from here there to there. And then when I looked west of myself, I could see inside basketball court. Mm-hmm. There was nothing stopping me.
That's true.
Right. Everything was flat. Trees were gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what we are saying to folks. It's not that, listen to me, as a Barbudan, it should not be, no. And like somebody called me, I think it was yesterday, and they said, how long? And the amazing thing is with that hurricane is that one life was lost. But Lorenzo, you have your own story.
Yeah.
I guess if we have 10 Barbudans that night, what did you experience? Sometimes
it was
blow my brains
different.
how you made it out of your house.
Right.
And how some persons say they escaped, they stayed there.
Yeah.
8 years after, is nothing more than a miracle. So that's why we want folks to make it. As I said, I tried to relax, but this year I said, I'm not going to let this year pass. And I already had something really huge and big in place. But as we said, that day after Irma, Barbadians were one.
Yeah, definitely.
The day after Irma, there was no
politics.
There was no politics. There was no
segregation.
There were no different. No.
Even if you didn't talk to the president for 10 years.
I'm telling you.
That day you spoke.
That morning, when you get out of that, you're gonna make up. I had persons staying in the studio with me who literally would have passed me on the street, 2 days before, and was anything.
Right.
But that night, that morning, we were in that studio together, battling out the second half of the.
One of the biggest revelations for me was like going to sleep, or the day before, seeing Babylon Green and just bustling, and then the next morning waking up to like when you have one of those movies where they show the apocalypse.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just desolate.
I remember seeing. I'm not gonna call names. I remember seeing during the Eye. I don't know if you experienced the Eye.
No, I stayed in. I wanted to move from where I was, but we were just so afraid of, just stayed where we were.
During the Eye, all I heard my wife said, Clifton, get my parents then. Because, everything went. All communication was out of it.
Out, right.
And so I running down the road, and I remember somebody say, help me with this old lady. And we just got able to gather her next door. And then I going down, and I saw men crying. I said, what happened? The next morning, I saw people just crying. And it's like, you're wondering, you're in Barbuda, because you're feeling yourself.
Right.
But as you're saying, no. How come I'm seeing Manchester Yard School? It's
impossible.
And so that's why we are saying all this to encourage Barbudan. It pays to be thankful.
It does. It really
right?
does.
It pays to be thankful. So tell us a little bit more about this event and what we can expect.
So, I guess like myself and Apostle have been saying, the event is just an event for us to look back at ourselves and really ponder and think for a moment of what the possibilities could have been, and then understanding how powerful our Lord and Savior is, and realizing that without Him intervening that night, Barbuda would not be the Barbuda that it is today. And even after Irma, in terms of the aid that we received, how we received it, and how many persons were able to transform their lives even after Irma, it's a time for us to come back and say thank you and be thankful for that. Understand that mercies aren't something that is just granted. It's something that is given, and it's something that we need to honestly, as people within the community, understanding that Barbuda has a lot to offer, a lot to give, and a lot to be thankful for. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God's mercies. So we owe it to Him to give thanks for that night, whether in song, in poem, in pouring out your heart with a testimony, or even sharing a funny story during that night. I would love to attend the service and have someone go on the stage and just share a very comedic story that gets people laughing, because there's nothing sweet than a story that has tragedy, but at the same time still has something to make you feel good, feel warm and fuzzy at the end of the night. So just please just come on out and let's just give God thanks for His grace and His mercies, because He deserves all the glory and all the praise for our lives being transformed now and escaping with our lives. Just looking back on Barbuda, seeing it today, it's drastically improved, but there's still so much more we can do for ourselves in Barbuda. There's nothing coming out, and just giving that praise. He deserves all the glory, because without Him, we wouldn't be here. Barbuda. We wouldn't be here.
Okay, I'm just going to show a little bit of these clips as we pause a little. that was a clip I did. We have all these, I'm telling you. And what this is, wait, it is here. It was the first service.
God, it will be to
And
your honor
that's where I
and
guess
to your glory,
going back to the
Lord.
Barbie, the Pentecostal
Truly, Father,
church.
our heart is
This
overwhelmed
was
with gratitude
the
back
first
to you,
time
oh God, for all
after
that you have
Irma
done for us.
that
And all the others
Barbudan reunited.
But then
It
I
was-
think Paul maybe didn't stand.
Right.
All of you,
Right.
till your last breath.
Right, and then everybody came together, and this was it. So we just want folks to know. That's why we are saying, when you look back at that picture, you can do nothing else than just to say, if it has not been for the Lord on our side. And that's why, and I personally want to encourage you, on Friday, the 5th of September, 2025, 7:30. And guess what? Don't come 7:30. Gather in the sanctuary from about 7. We should not want to say, if you get there 7:30, it should be that there's no place for you to sit. The reason why Barbudan is that it pays to be thankful and grateful to God. And so that's why Color We Culture, they have embarked. And I've really, as I said to somebody, you know, I literally will decrease and not do anything, not to have, you know, we wasn't competing that night. It was about a oneness. So we will be putting our full support behind this night. And I'm endorsing everyone to support what they're doing for this night. If it is just to go and sing one song, the nation together is very important after 8 years. So it's Friday. Everyone, make it a date. Sometimes they complain. I know the first year we had this, the second year we had a little open. And after that, we didn't really do much because, and what we normally do, and I normally do here, is just to have interviews with several, you know, Barbudans. And if you hear their testimony, every year we interview a Barbudan in regards to Irma. They break. I'm being honest with you. They break in tears. And so it's very hard. Wow.
A couple of nights after being in Antigua, and I was sleeping, and rain was falling. The Passage of Maria was shortly behind it, and I jumped out of my bed thinking that, you know, rain was falling on the floor. You know, frightened, my heart racing. Just the thought of hearing, being in Barbuda for a while, knowing that a storm could pass at any moment, gave me great anxiety for many, many years. Eventually I worked through it, but it's been tough. And I know for a lot of people, they still haven't healed from it. They still haven't healed from it. And they're still going through the process of, you know, healing, and it's hard. And sometimes what we need is to be there for each other, and really just lend your support, because you never know who's still affected by the passage. I know that there are people right now, the moment you say storm, they don't even want to be in Barbuda anymore, you know.
And so that's it. So once again, my brother, give us a quick rundown. Tell us again about the date, time, what it's all about, how can folks be a part, who should be a part of this, invite the general public.
Barbuda Pentecostal Church, 7:30. Color We Culture is presenting a Thanksgiving service for Hurricane Irma. If you want to be a part of the service, you want to sing a song, say a poem, do a dance, you want to give a testimony, reach out to myself, Ricky, Leonise Taylor, Sandra Mussington, anyone that you know that's a part of the Color We Culture group. Just reach out to them, and then they will get information to us. Again, we have soup afterwards for persons who may want to indulge. It's a night of prayer. It's a night of thanksgiving. It's a night of remembrance. It's a night of joyfulness, because apart from just mourning, joyfulness and thanksgiving is a part of it. And we want to really highlight that. It's not us coming here to cry and mourn. It's for us to be happy and be on our understanding that our lives were transformed, and we're at a point in our lives right now where a lot of us can say we're doing a lot better than we were 8 years ago. So come on out, and this isn't for us, this is for us. This is for us. As this is not for Colorway Culture, this is for Barbuda. This is for Barbuda. This is for us to reunite, bring back that oneness, even if it's for one night again. Put aside the politics, put aside who you don't talk to, greet them, love them, kiss them, give them a hug, support them, and let us just really come together to give God thanks, because He deserves it.
Certainly, and as I said, if it's one thing we knew when we had the first anniversary, it was a shutdown of the Pentecostal church. It was totally we had a tent in the yard. The yard was full, and that's what we're expecting again. Not because it's 8 years after. No, we are going to be very grateful so we don't find ourselves again back into that situation. So, Brother Lorenzo, thank you very much for taking time out and speak with us. And if you are in Barbuda, Friday the 5th of September, and also we will be, I know for those in the diaspora, because there are some Barbudans who want to connect. I remember that night, a lot of Barbudans, are you going to show? Listen to me. We are very much going to be broadcasting this on all our media platforms, and we would hope that that night, as long as you click share, because we want to have at least 10,000 persons telling them the story. You see, this island, 8 years ago, we would not have been here had it not been for God.
Yep.
And that's all what it's about. Had it not been for the Lord, we would not have been here. And so, listen to me, I'm excited, I'm grateful, and it is going to be powerful. Don't come expecting a concert and say, let me see what they're going to do. No, you come with thanksgiving. So as you enter, you thank God. Thank God that, hey, you're still alive after 8 years. It could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Others went through less. Remember, this was a category 5 plus. Never heard of before.
Right.
And others went through less with a lot more life loss.
Right.
And only one. It had to be.
Rest in peace to that child as well.
Right. The goodness of God. So we encourage you. Brother Lorenzo is next week. So we're going to be showing this and playing this over and over. If you're watching this also right now or listening up anytime, just press share. Invite a friend. Parents, bring your children. Don't leave them home for watch TV. Let them, it's a memorial. Let them know this is something happened. And I know at that service, Pastor Daniel had said we need to set up a memorial. And I want to challenge maybe your group along with others. We need to do something. So when people say, what is that all about? 2017. A hurricane came through.
You're making me have to divulge information. Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because that's something that we've actually talked about. We were trying to do it for this year, but seeing that it was too short, we're definitely looking to see if we can set up a plaque or a monument that represents Hurricane Irma. So
I know that was a challenge that was issued, but as again I said, we are happy that groups like yourself can come on board, because sometimes some of us are burdened with doing so much, and I want to thank you and I want to wish you all the best. Once again, share this. Great night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing, and keep sharing this broadcast. We're going to close out with just a little something, but make sure you don't miss out on this. Thank you very much.